Reject Nation. I'm
What's up?
Greg Alba. Yo,
My bad.
I know you're like a
let's start over.
superstar and everything, but please, I'm talking my channel.
One video, I've already fucked everything up.
Jeez. Guys, this is Jared Highborn. We have a predominantly male audience, so I know they all watch The Bachelorette.
Obviously.
That's how he was introduced to the world. Come to find out, he's actually a huge geek, too. Knows his movies really well. Been on Collider, been on Screen Junkies, and now he's here. He really knows how to upgrade his status.
That's what I'm saying. Bachelor, Ellen, Greg's apartment.
That's how you do it, man.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. And we were talking about Ready Player One a little bit. You know what? I'm going to save my talk about Ready Player One for the video. So there's some featurette that Warner Brothers released called See the Future. Let's watch this first, then we'll talk about what's going on here.
All right, cool.
Oh, yeah, follow Jared on Twitter.
Well, we can wait till the end on that.
No one watches till the end. Follow Jared on Twitter.
Yeah. Jared, please follow me.
Follow him. He's starting up a channel soon. Keep a lookout. Look at all the great films Spielberg's
I
done.
know. Come on, like this doesn't give you the feels.
I could not have written Ready Player One if I had not grown up on a steady diet of Steven Spielberg movies.
Huh.
It would have been a different story, or I might not have written it at all. His work is woven into the fabric of my life.
So good.
Everybody, I think, who dreams of making movies dreams of getting to work with him. It's a dream come true.
Is John Williams doing the score for Ready Player One?
I bet he is.
He better be.
He always does.
When I read Ready Player One, it was the most amazing flash forward and flash back at the same time.
I
I was born in...
I didn't know what he was doing.
I wish I'd grown up in the 1980s.
It's like, what kind of movie is this?
Like all my heroes.
I suddenly saw a future that Ernest Cline, the writer of the book, envisioned. It wasn't that far away from what I think is going to happen someday.
I live here in Columbus, Ohio. In 2045, Columbus is the fastest growing city on Earth. But it sure doesn't seem like it when you live in the stacks.
Huh.
There's a dystopian society and the fabric of our economy is crumbling. It's a good time to escape. So virtual reality will be a super drug.
They called our generation the missing millions. Missing not because we went anywhere. There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere except the oasis.
Wow, that was a sick
Yeah,
shot.
that was an awesome
That was
shot.
a sick shot.
Talk about a Spielberg shot.
I was very careful with Ernie collaborating with me every step of the way to be able to find the movie narrative inside this dense forest of
love
Ernie's
this
profound
soundtrack.
imagination.
The Oasis being the ultimate toy box with all the toys in the world, and then playing that with one of the greatest filmmakers of all time, it results in just amazing action and such a fun adventure.
Wow. Whoa.
Ernest Cline is such a visionary, and I think has seen the future before any of us possibly could even imagine it.
Huh.
Interesting.
Well, Jared, how do you feel?
I'm not as excited after watching this as I was after seeing the trailer.
That is so weird because I was telling you before, I'm like, I actually have my skepticisms, and then this got me more intrigued. Like the exact flip.
I mean, it's cool. Like, it's cool. It's a cool little featurette.
Well, what do you want from the movie?
Nostalgia, I think. I think that's like one of the biggest ones. Seeing it on the big screen, specifically in 3D IMAX, will be breathtaking. It's such a computer-generated world that I think it's tough to watch on a computer screen, but on big screen IMAX, I think it'll take my breath away.
It looks like a movie that's meant to be seen at the theater.
Totally. And then, like we were talking about, seeing like King Kong, the DeLorean.
Honestly, It's that stuff that weirdly doesn't get me excited. Because think about it, all this stuff they're showing you, like Freddy Krueger, the DeLorean, King Kong, looks cool in a trailer, but they're probably just in that one moment.
Well, I'm
they're not
assuming
in the movie as characters.
Well,
you know?
what I'm hoping is that the majority of this movie takes place in the Oasis and not in the real world. Like, it was cool watching him in the real world and seeing, like, the woman with the VR glasses, like, stripping as if she's maybe that was like her dream. I don't know. It's kind of like the Matrix. I want to be in the Matrix. I want to be in the Oasis. Like,
really?
that's
I always wanted to be in Zion. I never cared about. I was always like, get out of the Matrix, guys.
Yeah,
let's get back to the rave.
God, the Matrix Revolution. Good lord. I was like, can we please go back to the Matrix? Anything. I'm excited. It's the Spielberg movie. I'll always be excited for a Spielberg movie. And then I hope John Williams composes it, because even in the beginning when they were playing like all the scenes from Jaws and
Raiders of the Lost Ark,
all those classics, E.T., so on and so forth, like what really gets me is the music. I'm hoping that John Williams comes back and scores this and has a really good soundtrack.
I feel like all that could be effective. What gets me concerned is this movie going to be balanced well? What I hear is all this talk about, how he sees the future and how virtual reality is becoming this overconsumption. How it's going to, really consume our lives. Then I see the trailers and I'm like, well, this kind of just looks like it's a cool spectacle film and not so much about the philosophy and all those things. When I feel like when you have a book like Ready Player One, what makes the book cool is not spectacle because you're just reading it. What makes it cool is the character and the story and the themes, all those things, where I feel like in a film, you might not have as much time to really dive into all that, to really explore all that. There's very few films like A Matrix, which can have philosophy and all these conversations and then balance it with cool action and breathtaking visuals. And it's been a while since Spielberg's done crazy spectacle film. My concern is that it might lose sight of what the story is truly about. He's saying in these featurettes, and I don't really get fooled by featurettes anymore, to be honest.
Of course.
Because they always say the right thing. Yeah. One part of me is like, oh, it's cool to hear that Spielberg worked really closely with him in developing this movie.
But you hear that in every movie ever made that's adapted on a book.
There's always the safe things to say in a featurette. And I feel like there's the other flip side of the audience, which is more of what you were talking about. You really want the nostalgia honed in on.
I want both. Like you said, I do want balance. I want tones of fear of the future and where we're going as a society, of course, and the idea with these characters and their use of virtual reality and how they lose themselves. And I want both. I want that because it's true to the book, but I also want the spectacle. When I first saw this trailer and you see all the nostalgia that's put into this movie, I couldn't help but get butterflies from it. Because, I'm a huge film buff. I'm a huge geek. And so the idea of seeing these things, I know that it's only going to be, the DeLorean's not going to be in the entire movie, or they're going to use Freddy Krueger in one scene, but it would be fucking awesome if it's just this badass scene. And I do have faith in Spielberg to be able to balance it, because while he hasn't done big spectacle, he has done good movies. I haven't seen The Post yet, but I really enjoyed Bridge of Spies. And
he still makes good movies.
I have faith, and it's cool to see him back, kind of doing the big blockbuster thing again.
Yeah.
What was his last blockbuster?
Other than Tintin, it was a small film called Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Never mind, I'm not excited about this movie anymore. Never mind. No, I'm not excited about this anymore.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the visuals look cool. I bet no matter what, there's going to be something to take away from this film that is really cool.
It's a Spielberg movie. No matter what happens, even if it's not good, we're going to have something
There's
to
going
take
to
away.
be something to be like, that was cool.
Awesome, right?
One thing the trailers haven't really been giving me is a character I'm really hooked on. I don't even know who the kid is. I don't know anything about him. He's poor. What's the real plot of this movie? I don't really know anything about this.
I agree. It's like you said, the marketing campaign is solely predicated on the nostalgia factor. And this is the first time I've seen any type of story.
The story about the themes and the philosophies and everything he wants to explore. Well, if the movie does that, I would find this way more intriguing than we get a real sci-fi film. And I think Spielberg with sci-fi is great. So
I think so too.
It could be a good film. I mean, most people are excited. I'm one of the few who's going out there being I'm a little skeptical about it. And I think virtual reality is taking over the future. The other day, I was making love with my girlfriend, and then she put on a VR mask, and it was just footage of you the whole time.
It's like that Black Mirror episode. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
They have Vision's flashbacks. But VR is taking over the world. There's VR took over the porn industry now.
I would know.
There's bodysuits. Apparently, it's started in Japan. There's a bodysuit that you put on. They're VR glasses, and so you're having sex with this VR girl, but it has sensors. So it's if she touches you on your arm, it'll pressurized air to make
What?
it feel like it. There's obviously something for your dick. It's fucking crazy,
So
man.
I will never have to sleep with my girlfriend ever again.
Isn't it kind of sad though? Like when you think about it,
Yeah.
it's just like
See,
everything.
I want the movie to deal with how we're gonna get so consumed with VR and get so
if he
detached
was
from
fucking-
reality.
If he was jacking off in the beginning of it, then we would have the movie we
It looked
watched.
like he was.
Yeah. The bed is shaking. It's
Yeah.
like, what is he panning
I
up
thought
to
his
right
hands
now?
were in his pants.
Yeah,
That's what I thought was going
Which
on.
video did you click on?
It's a home video I made.
Oh shit, we're still recording?
Ready Player One.
Yeah! Ready Player One.
You guys can subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell to get notified every time a video of ours is up. Jared Highborn, follow him at Twitter. What's your Twitter, Jared Highborn?
Haben_Jared.
Haven?
Haben.
Haben?
Haben.
Is that your last name?
Yeah.
Have I said Highborn?
Yeah, you can say whatever, I don't care.
You just don't correct me.
Yeah,
fine. Said it like 7 times. You don't want to pause
I'm a
me
guest
and
in your home, you know what I mean? I don't want to correct you.
All right.
It's Haben_HAIBON.
Why is it spelled Highborn?
It's HAIBON.
There's no R?
No.
Then I need to change
It
your
was
name
your-
in my context.
I was like, you know what? He's probably still in like his Jack Sparrow mode, like pirate. And he's got to just add an R to everything.
I'm sorry.